Well, then we're never going to know because the referee says that's time. And a thoroughly ruthless and professional first-half display from City. Joao Cancelo opening the scoring with a terrific burst forward. It was great refereeing, actually, from Andy Madley, because Kyle Walker-Peters had taken out Phil Foden in the central midfield area, but Joao Cancelo advanced, beat a couple of challenges and thumped it into the corner of the net. That was 1-0. Phil Foden made it 2 with a lovely little dink over the top of Bazunu, released by De Bruyne. They've had other chances in addition, but just 2 so far. City 2, Southampton 0. Well, let's go back to the studio and get the thoughts of Kel, and he's with Michael and Stephen.
It's a big buzzing.
A very good afternoon, half-time at the Etihad Stadium, and it is Manchester City 2, Southampton 0. My name is Cel Spellman, alongside me is Michael Brown and Stephen McInerney. It just seems though City carried on business as usual, 2-0, and a very comprehensive first-half display, Michael.
It was a lovely afternoon's work, wasn't it? Just actually started, progressed, lots of attacking movement, some good forward play, creating lots of opportunities. It could have been a lot more. Complete domination. It was a wonderful first half of football. We see some good finishing, some good balls, some difference in formation, so lots to talk about.
Lots to talk about, Stephen. What was the thing that impressed you most in those first 45 minutes?
Probably probably down the left-hand side, to be honest. Cancelo and Foden, they've been so alive and so alert. I mean, moments of magic for Joao in particular, not just the goal, but that cross, you know, the Travella volleyed cross to Morrison, one of the chances. But yeah, City have they've been really good down that side of the pitch in particular. We were so used to seeing it down Kevin De Bruyne's side with Morrison and whatever, but it's been a really fluid start and loads of energy, and I think deservedly a 2-0 advantage so far.
Absolutely, and we've had so many great tweets. I mean, 3 players that seem to be singled out in that first half by all of you at home. You can see there, Cancelo is on song today. That's from Musa Maleki. Joao Cancelo is too good. Someone bought "Oh my Joao." Man City were ordering down their left because with Foden, incredible individual effort from our fullback. That was at Man Y City. Kevin De Bruyne as well has been singled out here as well. Not to mention, of course, he got his assist, which of course will put him on 9 for the season, already matching beating his total from last season. He as well, Michael, has been colossal.
Well, for Kevin De Bruyne, just keeps getting into good areas, assists, obviously wonderful stats for the season overall. Just wonderful sort of desire, determination to feed other people, to keep providing. I think it's strong performance. I mean, it was again something different how City set up Akanji on that right-hand side. I never seen that coming.
Yeah.
But that gives you obviously another opportunity going forward the next few weeks to have a senior player in that position.
What do you think the thinking was there? Because we all kind of, before the show, if you tuned in, we were kind of thinking it would be Akanji and Akanji and Diaz, Cancelo right back, and then Ake over on the left. What it is Akanji's playing right back with Cancelo on the left. What?
And sometimes they're slotting round to be in a 3. Cancelo can go all the way. Cancelo comes back out of possession in a 4. I just think I think if you take Cancelo away from that left side position, then obviously you're losing such a key tool that he's become so accomplished to actually go and cut in, to join and bring others. And at the right back situation, did you put him on right back where he's not being as effective? Do you?
Yeah.
So in one position you go, well, okay, we'll be a little bit more solid. We'll play a right-sided centre back in that sort of position where we're not maybe as progressive. Riyad Mahrez is there to go really attack people, so that's possibly why Riyad today had the nod. When you're looking to say what Pep Guardiola does different, that might be the reason.
That might have been it. Let's get into the 2 moments of the half. I mean, there was, as you say, there could have been a few more. First of all, Haaland so close to carrying on his incredible. I mean, he's still got 45 minutes.
What a flop, hey?
There was the chance where he hit the post. Beautiful ball from Foden. We were knocking on the door, and it was Cancelo, wasn't it, Stephen, that popped up with a beautiful.
Yeah, I also love the fact that we scored the goal with Phil Foden down as well, injured. I mean, I love that hunger to crack on, keep playing until the referee blows his whistle. But a moment of sublime individual brilliance from our right-footed left back wearing number 7, which is as insane as Cancelo is. I mean, yeah, great individual skill, drive and determination to come back, and of course the composure of the finish was excellent. And he's just a special player though, isn't he, Joao Cancelo?
You mentioned, Michael, do you think he is that bit more effective on the left? Obviously we know he's still brilliant down the right, but because he is a right-sided player playing on that left-hand side. Is it hard then for their fullback to defend against it?
I think it could be. Do you know, I just think he's comfortable setting off to come inside. He doesn't often have to hit the line with that left-footed curling bended ball that you would expect so much. He uses the outside of his right foot so many times, and I just think he understands the distances and when he can go and when he can't. And I think he's perfected the role for this particular team. So, and that's why he's been having so much joy. He's getting down, he's getting forward. It's a great strike. It's not, you know, he makes that look easy. He's gone a couple of times whizzing through to have the finish at the end. It's a top finish.
With his left foot as well, let's not forget. I mean, that's so
he has got one.
Yeah, he is there.
Yeah, it was.
Case in point.
I'll bring it out and just put it in the corner.
And then, of course, a man who I think is the strongest start to a season so far. We were highlighting him before the game as well, and Phil Foden continues on with this goal-scoring form. He's in with another beautifully well-taken goal.
You know, obviously, Kevin, the orchestrator, coming through the centre, and as Phil Foden takes that touch, I'm thinking, is it too big? But he waits. He has that composure and just that understanding of when the goalkeeper's going to come. Little dink. I mean, it's a top finish, you know, under pressure.
Oh,
really, really close contact.
There was something as well, didn't you, Klopp, before, because he'd had a chance just before it, and one that we've seen Foden do before on that left-hand side where he hits across it into the far corner. Bazuna had saved it, and then it was almost like he's gone, all right, he's going to stand me up here, and I know to then change my shot, isn't it? I mean, it's very quick speed of thought, isn't it?
And in the first minute, it nearly dropped to him, didn't it? It literally just dropped. Couldn't turn. I'm thinking, where is that? Normally, I'm just expecting him to bring it down and wait. I mean, that understanding what's around him and just poking the bottom corner. But that's been ultra critical. I mean, under that pressure in the first minute. But for him to be getting these rewards of goals, I mean, that is just changing his game again, isn't it?
There's a real sense of like composure and calmness in front of goal at the moment from Man City. I do honestly think Erling, I know he hasn't scored today, but I do think he's alleviated a bit of the pressure on the other teammates to score goals, because last year we played with the false nines. We're asking people who are using midfielders to win us games, which they're capable of doing, but they aren't strikers, you know. So it's people like Aguero and Haaland, they revel in that pressure because it's just who they are as people. And I think if you ask people to do something that they don't usually do, i.e. go and win us the game and score the goals, they can do it, but every now and then they'll feel like it's on their shoulders. And now when you've got Erling Haaland, who's inevitable and so brilliant, Foden knows that him missing a chance probably isn't as big a deal as it was last season, because we're going to probably score anyway. So you're seeing this confidence in front of goal now.
When you go a couple up, though, I think it even helps you just get your shot away. It doesn't matter,
But they look so relaxed and so calm, and surely his you know, he must rub off on the players a little bit, because that finish, that was a centre forwards finish from Phil Foden. It was beautiful, and you know, he's obviously taken the forward from last weekend.
That, Kel?
Thank you,
Cel Spellman.
I didn't want to say it, but thanks.
We were all thinking it, you know?
Just a little dink. I might have done a dink at Anfield in a charity game upon my time.
Have you actually done that?
I actually have done that, yeah. And I'll get. But hey, no, I'm gonna get the video next time you're in. No, I'm gonna get the video in.
He must have scuffed the ground. Did you get your?
No, that was him getting a little
stuff
on the air.
I meant it.
Was it?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Did you celebrate?
Did I? I gave it the old Jesus. It was great. I will get that video for you, Michael.
I'd like to see that.
Echoing your words out on Foden, there's some great tweets coming in. Stop that, Philip, what a finish. We also had Jay Barlow who said Foden, that was a gem. I love this from the first O'Neill, who said, what a wonderfully cultured finish. Get in, Foden. And then as well, a lot of love for De Bruyne as well. De Bruyne is a synonym of genius. What an assist. Quick word on Akanji. We mentioned that he's been playing right back, and we actually had a question come in on WhatsApp for that, and it was from who's his name here? That's it. It's from Jen. So thanks, Jen, for getting in touch on WhatsApp. You can do the same. And what is your thoughts on Akanji so far? I mean, also to be now playing right back obviously shows the intelligence he has.
It's just another test for him in a different position. Obviously, as he comes round protecting the three, then we've seen him run all the way down the line like a fullback, getting forward, scampering, then checking back, coming inside, keeping the ball. So it's a good test. That tells you something for me when, obviously, still a new player coming into the squad, that Pep Guardiola goes, right, I'm going to play you in top games, and now I'm going to trust you to play in a different position to see how you get on, because next few weeks we might need to change. And I think when you are, no disrespect to Southampton, but when you're playing at Southampton, you can maybe try one thing and get away with it with this squad, just to try and get some progression later when games get more difficult.
Absolutely. Looking to Southampton, Steve. I mean, a little quick word on. I think Bazoon obviously is one of the only familiar names, but he's looked strong in that, of course. But they've. How have you made? What made of their performance, and what do you think they could maybe try to do in the second half?
It was interesting to see the reaction after the second goal, because Ward-Prowse, they had a little huddle, in the centre of the pitch before the goal, because you could tell that they were worried about the game potentially running away from them. But they do have that quality. It was a long-range effort. I think it was one of the Armstrongs. I can't remember who it was in particular. But of course, they've got the Ward-Prowse as well, and we had a decent start to the game actually, a little bit of territorial possession up in our half. They didn't create any chances, but they had a few crosses, and I think they've shown that they can work the ball up the pitch. It might be too much for them to get anything from this game now, but look, we've seen how quickly things can steamroll in football, and teams can get a goal or two just like that in the Premier League. So Pep will be telling them, don't presume this game is won, because it isn't.
You've got to start well. Second half, start well, be professional.
Yeah.
Put that tempo back on, because you just don't want to give them that little bit of a leg up and a little bit of uncertainty.
Yes, yeah.
And they get that lift of one goal, so I think it's important to continue the journey. Nice, easy second half. If you do that well at the start of the second half, you can have a comfortable ending if you get the third goal, and literally then look forward towards the next Champions League. And
then I guess if we're looking towards that, then you'd probably start to see a few changes. I mean, we've been speaking a lot about our youth, maybe an introduction for.
I think at this point it's a very dangerous scoreline, so I just think we've got to be cautious, continue. If everybody's fitting well, then you can maybe continue for a bit longer. I mean, what's good for City is you look at the bench. I mean, so many people can actually make the difference, can't they, if they can come on and attack, especially in those areas. Does it feel like there's an area across the back that he might want to rest somebody? I do think, and he will know that it's a touch early to do anything that's unforced.
Yeah, and I guess that's the point, isn't it? Is that his game management is so key. Regardless of the fixtures coming thick and fast, managing the game is a lot more important.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've got to have one eye. Guardiola would say he's only ever looking at this game, but he's of course thinking about the congestion. He's of course thinking.
I tell you now, he'll have an idea of his team against Liverpool.
Of course he will. Of course he will.
Do you reckon already?
There'll be one or two little things that he's not sure.
He's playing 5.
And that could change, but I think he will know at that squad where they are today that he'll probably think we'd probably edge towards that.
Yeah, I think. Tell you what, we wouldn't mind a point. I think on Sunday, of course, it's Arsenal-Liverpool, because with this win, we do go top of the league, but Arsenal will have that game in hand, so we'll see how that plays out tomorrow. Also, I wanted to just read you this final little comment here, which I think is a lovely one to finish on, from Zayn Iqbal, who's got in touch on WhatsApp, and he said, KDB is like a piece of toast, never disappoints and always puts a smile on your face. I'm here for it.
Who doesn't love toast, to be fair? So,
and predictions are very much they're still on. I mean,
5 over 5.
What was your prediction again?
I didn't give one.
Say 1-1?
No. I think I was feeling maybe a 4-0, maybe a 3-0.
Quite convenient.
You say now, though, isn't it? 2-0 half time. You said, right?
Yeah, I said 2. It was funnily enough as well. I did say Cancelo to score first, and then
Foden the second. Yeah,
Haaland for the
post.
Jen's pleasure.
Amazing insight from you. That.
Thank you.
That much knowledge.
And the lads there are just starting to make their way out to the bench, so that now means that we're going to wrap up here. But remember, we'll be back at full time, and you can get commentary for the second half with Alistair Mann and Andy Morrison on the City app. Manchester City 2, Southampton 0, 45 minutes still to play at the Etihad. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the second half. Back over to Alistair Mann with commentary from Andy Morrison.
I love the way